Hello Capricorn, welcome to your daily focus show. Happy Wednesday. So we have the Lovers and the King of Swords, and this is talking about really observing what's going on, thinking about it, thinking about where your values lie, what your priorities are, and making that choice to be in alignment with your priorities and your values. There is a change coming in, and you are looking at what to keep in your life and what to sort of push out of your life, what to where to draw the line, the boundaries at. When this change comes in, you've got three kings here. Okay, kings are the leaders, they're the father figures. They're not only leaders of a country or a group of people, they're leaders of the household. Okay, sorry, I don't know why the camera keeps jumping like that. That should take care of it. I think it's the light changing outside. It's a very nice day today, on Tuesday. So you got these father figures. They're talking about taking leadership, taking control over your life, over your thinking, over your emotions, over your vision, your creative passion, your fire that you have, over your internal self, both your conscious and your unconscious. You're really looking at what changes you can make in order to achieve the things that you want in life. How can you take control over your life in order to achieve those things, that emotional satisfaction, that mental clarity, that passion that you have, that creative drive that you have? How can you take control? How can you take leadership? What changes can you make that are going to lead you towards that? And then we have the Hierophant in reverse, or the High Priest in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress. Okay, now the High Priest in reverse, this talks about, hold on a sec. It talks about bad advice. It talks about really looking at any sort of tradition or ritual that is bringing you down, that is not leading you towards your abundance, that is not nurturing your health, it's not nurturing your creativity. It can also talk about, hypocrisy. It can talk about corruption if it's referring to a person. It also talks about, in regards to your personal beliefs, sometimes rejecting the codes and values that are traditional. Sometimes religious codes and values, sometimes even the religious codes and values of like a parent or your local community. So like rebelling against them. And that could be what brings in your abundance. So if there's bad advice, obviously if there's somebody corrupt, it's affecting your abundance. It's affecting your ability to nourish yourself, your ability to unconditionally love yourself. It's affecting your health. It's affecting your ability to take care of yourself and take care of others. So any sort of hypocrisy or bad advice, any sort of person who's corrupt, the Hierophant or High Priest isn't necessarily a priest. It can also refer to somebody who's got a higher standing in society or a higher education in some way, shape, or form. So it can also refer to like doctors, lawyers, people who just know more than you do when you're seeking advice. Really be mindful of who you're taking advice from, of who you're listening to in regards to this ability to nurture yourself and to grow your abundance. If, like, for example, if you were seeking advice from a financial counselor, make sure that they're licensed. if you're getting your taxes done already, make sure that the person you're getting your taxes done through is a registered, what do they call it, CPA. Make sure that they have a license, that they're actually qualified. That's what this Hierophant or High Priest in reverse is talking about. You don't just want to, give your taxes to anybody or give your personal information out to anybody. They could be somebody who cheats you on something. So if it's not talking about looking at where your traditions, your habits, your rituals are hindering your ability to come into your own, to nurture yourself, to grow your abundance, then you need to look at any sort of advice you're getting from people. Now we've got 7 of Cups and 4 of Swords. So you are contemplating this negativity, things that you've repressed, things that are not going so well in your life. With all these kings and this Hierophant, you're really maybe even taking time out. 4 of Swords can talk about convalescence, but it can also talk about just meditating and thinking deeply about how to get back into balance, getting your thoughts together, getting them into balance. 7 of Cups, it can talk about unrealistic expectations as well as possibilities. And this is something that you're passionate about, that you're trying to heal. Something that, maybe even like a physical illness that you're trying to heal that has affected you deeply on an emotional level. Something that happened in the past where you were feeling betrayed. It didn't work out. You were feeling rejected maybe. And you felt like there was no... you almost felt like there was no way out for you. Like you were just going around in circles over it. So you're really looking at these possibilities to get out of that state. And you want to be realistic when you're looking at the possibilities. Because the 6 of Pentacles, it talks about a judgment. Like a legal judgment. It also talks about greed and debt. It talks about pity. It talks about a risk of theft or loss through, gambling, speculations, like a big loss. Especially with this 10 of Pentacles here, it can talk about a big loss if you're participating in any sort of speculation, any sort of gambling. It's telling you, 6 of Pentacles in reverse is telling you to let go of any sort of selfishness or any sort of pride. Really being humble if you're needing to get money from somebody else, if you're needing to borrow money because of debt. Really humbling yourself. And this 10 of Pentacles, it talks about the legacy. It talks about the long term. And we're talking about finances here. We're not really talking about health, it seems. So career and finances, in regards to the long term, this is the ending to this cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. But it's also talking about your legacy, what you're leaving behind and what you're bringing into the future. So when you're looking at all these possibilities that you have to get out of this negativity where you felt you were going around in circles all the time, make sure they're realistic. Make sure that you really consider every possibility when you're making this choice. Make sure that you take that leadership, but you're very discerning. You've got your emotions under control. You're using your overall vision that you have for your life, and you're observing what's going on and being really, really discerning about it because of all these cards, and in particular this High Priest in the reverse. Yeah, if you're getting financial advice from anybody, make sure that they're certified, make sure they're qualified, make sure to speak to people who they've counseled in the past to get references. Okay, don't let people give you bad advice. Don't gamble right now. Now is not the time for any sort of speculation or gambling. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you could lose everything. Okay. Yeah, just be really careful when you're making these decisions. Be really, really careful. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.